The Pod Network Entertainment.
These are undocumented eh.
Yeah.
So a lot of it are either first-hand or second-hand or experiential in our end. So I think for a lot of people who also work in the industry, you also have to have like a lot of interest. Interest in the people that you work with, interest in history and whatever. Because that's how you accumulate it eh.
Yeah.
Like si Butch, ang laging niya sinasabi, pag napakinig niya, it stays with him. So in a lot of instances, he's like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to all of these anecdotes and history and bits of information. Which ang nakakapanghinaya nga, unlike in the States where you have a lot of books on show business and whatever.
Yes.
Dapat
Dito,
nga nagpa-publish
wala.
kayo ng book ng ganyan eh.
Hindi, I'm bringing everything to the grave.
Mga Immortal, welcome to the Underpaid Podcast. I'm your host, Stanley Chi. Ito ang podcast na pro-employee para sa mga Immortal wherein we talk about work-related topics in a light manner na parang nagkukwentuhan lang tayo. This is the podcast for the working class. Ito parang kwentuhan lang sa pantry.
Yeah.
No? Kasama ko ang aking co-host, si Zardos Reyes, career coach and Upwork expert. At syempre, ang mga guests natin, ang host ng Best 10 Podcast dito sa TPM.
Best 10 bets.
Best 10 bits.
Oh, Best 10 Bets.
We had to correct you.
Yeah, sorry. Best 10 Bets. Mr. Butch Francisco
Hello.
and Leo Katigbak.
Yes.
Welcome to the Underpaid Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yun.
Super excited.
Diba? Or
To-
dun nga sa title, relate na relate ako.
Lahat
Talaga?
ng empleyado. I think pag nasa entertainment industry, the people behind the scenes, yun yung underpaid.
Hindi lang sa entertainment industry. Pati
Oh,
sa,
Hindi, ngayon, considering the fact na bagsak ang entertainment profession ngayon, parang marami ng underpaid.
Oo.
Yeah.
Ang Viva Max ba, underpaid sila ron?
Meron pa ako isang project na utang sa kanila. I will not speak.
Dahil pag-uusapan natin tungkol sa...
I'm serious because
Yeah.
I prior to returning to ABS-CBN, nasa Viva ako. Yeah.
Wow.
may offer nga
Talagang
siya sa
ano.
Viva Max eh. Hindi niya ginagawa eh.
Anong ginagawa niyo dati sa Viva?
We had a show and I was writing columns for them. But now, because ABS-CBN naman talaga was my very first home.
Ayan, Showbiz
Yeah.
Linggo.
Showbiz Linggo. Yeah.
Oo.
Na-discover ni Charo Santos.
Mm-mm. Tapos si Sir Leo naman is sa film restoration na si Zar nanonood ng mga lumang pelikula.
Oo, kaya nga parang excited ako eh.
Ano yung pinapanood mo yung lumang Batman ni Dolphy?
Ano ba yun?
Hindi mo alam yun. Oh.
Hindi pa nare-restore kasi.
Oo.
Oo, hindi pa
So,
na.
okay.
Mga ano
Leo, i-restore mo
naman.
na.
Ayun, mga himala nga.
Si
Yung yung boatman. Hindi, joke.
ano ba yun? Grabe ka naman.
Si Ronnie Lazaro.
Pinapanood mo talaga yun.
Actually, si Zara ang presidente ng Pinky Montilla Fans Club.
Sino si Pinky Montilla?
Si Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Oo.
Gabi.
Bago sina Helen Slater,
Yung
si
mga
Pinky Montilla, yung
Oo. Yung mga panahon na...
Ayun, wag mo ko i-quiz, Sir Butch, mami.
Hindi, tinatanong ko, sinabi ko na nga, nag-volunteer lang ako ng information.
Yung mga panahon
Kaya parang feeling ko, hindi ako magsascore dyan
So,
sa quiz.
hindi ko natatanong kung kilala niya si Lucita Guyena.
Ay, kahit naman ako, yung mga minsan pinagtatatanong mo eh.
Hindi mo kilala?
Kaya alam mo,
Hindi mo
totoo-
kilala?
Totoo yung pinanganak si Butch ng 1952.
Mukha
Kasi kilala niya yung mga sinauna.
Hindi,
Oo.
hindi.
Grabe.
Kahit sabihin mo pang pinanganak ako ng 1952, which is not true, hindi ko pa rin dapat kilala yung mga yun. Kasi like, kilala mo si Maria Tronqued.
Hindi.
Naabutan mo yata si Weng Weng na lang.
Ano ba?
Bata yun.
Wow.
Bata pa yun.
Mga
Si Weng Weng 80s
Mga
na yun.
70s.
Si
Oo.
Yan.
Maria Tronqued was a movie actress. Nanay ni Babi niya Manyosa. Ni Francisco Manyosa. Yung the renowned architect.
Yeah,
Nanay
yeah.
niya artista si Maria
Ano
Tronqued.
talaga?
Ay,
Oo.
nakikita mong
I
pag
didn't
may
know.
construction.
Galing ah.
Yeah, yung pasat maganda yung pasat Filipinize yung
Yeah,
house.
Filipino.
Manyosa yun. Tapos nanay nga niya si Maria Tronqued na lumabas sa Nena La Boxeadora.
Hindi ko na alam yun eh.
But di ba yung mga ganyan, di ba does it come with your like yung
With age?
industry? No. But the industry, your career.
Hindi. Except that maybe I like to read and then if you tell me something, I remember I was supposed to be first guesting here. I remember the details except
Oo.
except that the dog became a cat. So yung mga let's say okay, let's say nakita tayo nung let's say had we met before,
Oo.
siguro mga 20 years ago, I would have remembered what you wore.
So
Pareho
may
kayo may photographic memory.
Photogenic.
photogenic.
Yeah.
Akala ko iba sasabihin mo.
Hindi, pornographic.
Oo.
Grabe naman.
Grabe naman, Viva Max na yung pinag-iisipan mo. Tuloy.
Pero it's the same for you, Sir Leo. Like, you know the actors, actresses
Well,
ng mga 60s because you do film restoration.
No, well, a lot of it naman kasi is also personal relationships and dealings. And you know,
Yeah.
you hear stories about it. So, in fact, that's what we like about Best 10 Bets. The list, anybody can come up with a list. But the stories kasi, these are undocumented eh.
Yeah.
So a lot of it are either first-hand or second-hand or experiential in our
Oo.
end. So I think for a lot of people who also work in the industry, you also have to have like a lot of interest. Interest in the people that you work with, interest in history and whatever. Because that's how you accumulate it eh.
Yeah.
Like si Butch, ang laging niya sinasabi, pag napakinig niya, it stays with him. So in a lot of instances, he's like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to all of these anecdotes and history
Yeah.
and bits of information. Which ang nakakapanghinaya nga, unlike in the States where you have a lot of books on show business and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Dapat nga
Dito,
nagpa-publish
wala.
kayo ng book ng ganyan eh.
Hindi, I'm bringing everything to the grave.
O di maglaro tayo. Best 10 bets ng mga executives sa TV industry. Kasi ano to, underpaid. So, trabaho.
Aabot ba ng
TV,
10? Sa tingin mo,
tingin
aabot
ko,
ng 10?
Teka, underpaid na executives.
No, yung best 10 bets na na TV executives para sa inyo.
Na in terms
May
of
mga ganun
Very
ba kayo?
limited ba?
Yung
Very
mga
limited.
paborito ninyo.
And ako, I don't...
parang wala.
Wala.
Ay, hindi. Well,
Maybe.
pero kasi magkaiba kami na experience ni Butch eh. Kasi Butch has
Oo.
always worked as a talent. While I started out as a talent, I also worked on the corporate
Yeah.
side. So there would be dealings that I would have had with sina Henny Lopez, sina Gabby Lopez, sina Freddy Garcia, sina Charo. So mas may makikita ako doon. And generally, like, I would like to believe that a lot of the people that I worked with at the start of my career were really the people who shaped Philippine television. When you talk about Freddy Garcia, people
Like
would always...
Antonio Quirino?
Ha?
Antonio Quirino?
Freddy Garcia ang sinabi ko.
Hindi, akala ko, kilala niyo si Antonio Quirino?
Hindi ko nakilala.
No.
The father of television.
Really?
Yeah, siya yung nagtayo ng kauna-unahang TV, well, ABS. Yung Alto Broadcasting
System.
System.
Okay. And then it was bought by...
Hindi,
Ano,
nag-merge.
nag-merge.
Chronicle Broadcasting.
Oo.
Oo.
Kasi mas ano rin sila eh, mas dyaryo rin yung ano. So,
Oo.
nung nag-merge yun, naging ABS-CBN.
Oo. Now I see the credibility about doing the best 10 bets
Sabay
because
pa kami, di ba?
you have all the history there.
Para silang encyclopedia
Oo.
eh.
Kasi I remember one of your episodes, parang you were talking about the Eigenmans. Sino ba?
Yung
And
family tree.
Was it
Yeah.
the influential showbiz families? I'm not sure if that's
well,
the title.
Parang very talented showbiz
Yeah, very
families.
talented.
Correct.
I think the Gutierrezes are there
Yes,
too,
yes,
no?
yes. The Quezons
So,
will also be there.
Oo. So
The
it's
Ejercitos
really
already there.
it really helps that you have all that stored information and then put it in one episode.
Well, I think that's the appeal of the show also because a lot of the stuff that we say, you really either haven't heard or if you've heard, you've
Yeah.
only heard like bits and pieces of it. But well, when we also do the show, like for example, when we discuss topics, yung sa akin, I've always refused pag halimbawa it's going to be purely research. Kasi purely research, magre-research ako, baka mali pa yung i-research. I would always
Yeah.
rather that we talk about something that we have like first-hand knowledge or even passed down
Oo.
knowledge from people who were actually involved in it. So, if you listen to how we do our listen and whatnot, a lot of it tends to be anecdotal.
Yeah.
So we would say na because we worked with this person or whatever.
Oo.
And si Butch, because he's also done a lot of research with his work with Mobile Fund and a lot of the other different organizations, he has the wealth of knowledge and a lot of this is really direct from the family, direct from the
Yeah.
producers.
Yeah, or kumbaga, as much as possible, we only talk about things we lived through.
Okay.
Okay.
Kaya, so alam namin nung in-invade ni General Homa ang Manila at naging open city. Yun.
So, ang tagal nyo na sa entertainment industry. May mga
Hindi,
naging...
bago lang ako.
May mga,
Kalolaunch ko nga lang eh.
may mga naging friends ba? May naging friends ba talaga sa entertainment industry? Kasi may nagsabi sa akin na wala raw totoong kaibigan sa showbiz eh.
Ano ba yung kasabihan? There are no permanent friends, no
Oo.
permanent enemies, only permanent interest.
Parang politika pala yan.
Hindi, mas malala naman ang politika.
Oo.
At kasi doon nagpapatayan na.
Oo.
Well, I guess it really depends also on people, no? Kasi like for example, I've worked as a writer, as a director, as a producer in the past also. So I would like to believe that a lot of the friendships that I've had, those are friendships that have lasted through the years eh. So kumbaga, they're not showbiz. I mean, we're in showbiz, but they're not showbiz friendships.
Yeah.
But they're actually grounded on really good relationships with them, working and even personal.
Mhm.
Can you name yung mga personalities na hindi sila showbiz na talagang totoong tao na pag nakipagkaibigan, kaibigan mo talaga?
Ako personally, I can name a lot of them.
Oo.
But I think it also depends when you knew them eh.
Yeah.
Kasi like for example, if you knew them before at the start of their career, it becomes really a more like for example, Martin and Pops. I started in Penthouse Live a long time ago. So whenever I would see Martin and Pops, ang ano namin is hindi yung katrabaho mo lang na recently and whatever. It's the same thing with, as I said,
Yeah.
like sina Ryan Cayabyab, sina Sylvia Sanchez, sina Charo. These are people that probably I would be invited to their house on their birthdays.
Yeah.
And it's not one of those like big parties and whatever, but it's like really a small group. Or like even the likes of Sina
Yeah,
Ricky
yeah.
Lee and whatever. Now, obviously, it's also different levels of friendship. Meron yung iba dyan na, yes, you will hang out, you will have dinners and whatever. There are others that it may be like more work-related. But there would also be others na maybe you don't see each other as often. But the moment you see each other, you just keep picking up where you left off.
Yeah.
So ako, marami akong ganun.
Mm-mm.
And yung sa akin, edi kung showbiz tayo, edi showbiz lang tayo. Pero kung totoo tayo magkaibigan, then it's really a long-lasting...
Oo.
Ako wala akong ganun.
Wala kayong ganon?
Wala akong ganon.
Bakit sa tingin nyo wala kayong ganon?
I always put walls eh.
Okay.
Kasi unang-una kasi ako naman akala naman nila basta't may kinuwento sila sa akin lalabas na. Ang hindi nila alam, ako pinakamagaling na magtago ng sikreto.
Mm-mm.
Alam ko may like minsan at 4 in the morning may tatawag sa akin, will entrust to me lahat ng kanyang sikreto, pero wala ako na pagsabihan.
Mm-mm.
Alam ko kung sino yung mga child molesters. Alam ko kung sino yung pinapalabas ng hating gabi at ng naka-night gown lang dahil inutusan ng asawa, dahil sinasadista.
Oh.
But these things never came out.
Yeah.
Pero but generally, most people, they're kind of worry na makipagkaibigan sa akin. But then sa akin naman kasi talaga, tell me a secret and I will bring that with me to the grave.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, galing
As a matter of fact, ako like for instance, eto naman open secret na naman to, nung itinala ni Dolphy si Shasha Padilla, sa niya dinala doon sa subdivision namin. So alam ko, nag-away si Rico yan tsaka si Claudine Barreto. Saan nag-away? Doon sa condominium na ino-occupy ko that time. So, lapitin ako sa ganun. Kaya lang, safe sila
okay.
because I will not even talk about it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And the only reason na kalumabas yan, ang nagkwento si Harry Roque.
But adding to that, I think it's really important also that the trust is there.
Oo.
Yeah.
Kasi
That's
the
true.
friendships naman that, parang kumbaga, you would confide in each other and whatever. Alam nila that you're there, listening as a friend, not waiting for the latest juicy gossip that you can spread and become an exclusive to your other
Oo.
Alam mo,
friends.
totoo yan. Kasi sa akin, kaya nadalian, let's say, ang show, na madali kang makapag-invite because sabihin, ako ibabato because alam naman nila na pag sa akin mo sinabing off the record.
Oo.
So, yun.
Yeah, you can keep a secret
so,
talaga.
Actually, kasi, yun namang sa trabaho namin ni Leo, ang credibility factor. I mean, we're not here because of our good looks.
But you do look good.
That wasn't meant to be funny.
Yeah.
So, like,
He was,
but
he was not trying to be facetious.
uwi na tayo. Hindi tayo nirespeto dito.
But you look great.
look good
Like,
naman eh.
you,
So,
see, you look the same
But,
as...
but it's the credibility
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Okay.
Kasi
Sige.
may mga artista nagpapa-interview exclusive sa TV shows, no?
Mhm. Ngayon hindi na. Kanya-kanyang podcast na.
Kanya-kanyang channel.
Actually,
yan.
totoo.
Kanya-kanya na yan, oo. back then, yung mga nagpapa-interview na exclusive,
Back
binibigyan
then
nyo ba
talaga,
ng talent fee kaya sila nagsasalita?
Hindi.
Hindi naman. Ay,
Hindi. Kung talagang let's say exclusive na kumbaga para para hindi ka na makuha ng ibang network. Ito 15,000. Sige, pumirma ka na. Pero sa amin ka lang.
May ganun.
May ganun. Pero kung may hinahawakan ka talagang storya. Or yung iba naman kasi like let's say na-involve sa skandalo, parang papayag lang yan, magkapa-interview siya sa isang network. Pero kumbaga meron ka ng i-assure mo na meron siyang soap opera na gagawin doon.
Okay.
Oo.
Kumbaga inaalagaan.
Matindi, matalino. Tuso din sila.
Oo.
Para may quid pro quo. Kahit pa paano.
Kaya pala pagka tinanong ko sino executive ang best bets na wala sa
Hindi kasi sa amin, like ako in my case, hindi kami pinapagalitan eh. Hindi kami kasi
talent
nasisira yung namin yung kumbaga dapat yung glow nandun eh. Ngayon kahit yung floor director si Arnel Natividad na pinakamagaling na floor director talaga, let's say ako nagbakel ako, sasabihin niya, oops, my mistake, aakuin niya para hindi mas ma-derail yung yung talent. Oo. Kasi it will show.
Yeah.
So yung mga dati entertainment program sobrang pinapanood. And then ngayon
kanya-kanya na.
Kanya-kanya na, di ba? Bakit nawala na yung mga ganung programa sa tingin ninyo?
Dahil sa social media.
Dahil ng internet. Kasi dati, you could wait, alam mo, something happens on a Thursday. You can wait until the Saturday or the Sunday na na-edit yung storya. Now it happens on a Thursday, within minutes, it's on the internet.
Nasa
And
Instagram
a lot of would-be reporters and then a lot of people making comments with very, very little detail. So, nag-uumpisa pa lang ang gulo-gulo na nung kwento. So by the time na not unless super investigative siya, mapapasok.
Okay,
so it's
example.
very fast.
Example, okay. Let's say kinasal isang couple. Okay, kinasal ng Lunes, babayaran mo ng 300,000 yan para exclusive rights. Lunes kinasal, pero walang makakagalaw. So, maghihintay ka pa ng Sabado doon sa show para mapanood. Pero ngayon, hindi na pwede yun because what can stop you? What can stop you from asking the bridesmaid from posting yung mga ganung bagay? So, kumbaga, as it happens, kinakasal, napapanood na ng public. So, kaya nga, nawala ang mga entertainment talk shows.
Yung mga blind item. Ngayon, ang bilis na, nakikita nyo sa Facebook.
Yeah.
Di ba? Nalalaman nyo ba kung totoo yun o hindi?
Unang-una sa akin kasi wala akong pakailam.
Oo.
Believe it or not, wala akong pakailam kasi buhay nila yan.
Oo.
It's just, para bang people will find this strange, pero actually wala akong pakailam sa buhay na may buhay. Oo. And I'm in this
pero,
I'm in this business.
Lapitin ka ng mga ganyang exclusive na nangyayari.
Yeah. Pero baka nga kasi kaya nga siguro nga naging in demand ako that time because nga alam mo naman dito sa industrya ng to, kapag pinakita mong atat na atat ka, let's say na mag-artista, ayaw sa'yo ng tao. Ngayon, magpakita ka ng konting aloofness, magkaka-interest ng tao sa'yo kasi may mystery.
Parang yung dati tatakbong presidente, ayaw ni kunwari.
Tama.
Diba? Sino?
Diba?
Sino?
Si
Ayan pala, ikaw pala may
Sino?
blind items
diba? Yun yung style niya, marketing niya yun eh. Si Duterte dati ayaw niya tumakbo hanggang sa na sabi niya, tumakbo siya para sa mga tao. Diba?
Dun sa podcast nyo, ano yung probably top episodes nyo for you? Like, you feel na interesting.
Halimbawa, I think if involves certain personalities, like halimbawa, yung matataas ang fan base, like if Catherine Bernardo is part of the list, o kaya if Nandine Lustre is part of the list, or if it's something that's controversial. So our episodes tend to generate different kinds of feedback depending on the choice of list. Kasi pag halimbawa masyadong natandaan sila. Pero ang market rin namin kasi iba-iba. Meron kaming market sa TFC na mas nakaka-appreciate ng mas matanda. Meron kaming market sa mga podcast, sa Spotify. Meron din kaming market naman na sa YouTube. So, iba-ibang age bracket. So, para kumbaga, they are drawn to the show for very, very different reasons. That's why we also have to be very careful on the selection of topics that we can actually balance it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would be something controversial?
Yun.
Pag halimbawa, yung matataas ang fanbase, sino ang pinakamagaling na si young actress.
Ah,
Philo
okay. I
Mag-aaway
get it.
yun.
Hindi, ranking nga lang eh.
Oo.
Because, let's say kung sino yung top movie queens, pagka ito, nagalit si number 3 sa akin. Bakit number 3 lang ako? Kasi yung kalaban niya nasa nag-number 2.
At saka minsan kung hindi sila kung walang ganun na dynamic, nasa fans. One
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
most controversial until now, Nora and Vilma discussion.
Hanggang
You will
ngayon?
have the fans arguing it out. Who is the better actress? Who is the...
Really?
Sino
Meron
yung-
pa rin.
Yung Vilma Nora talaga ang matindi na rivalry.
May Nadine Lustre din
Oh, may
at saka Catherine
Catherine.
Bernardo.
Oh.
Yung panahon ni Sharon, sinong rival ni Sharon?
Maricel.
Maricel,
Maricel.
pero hindi ganun ka-pronounced eh.
Oh, parang hindi ganun ka-strong yung
Oo.
rivalry, no?
So kumbaga si Sharon parang siya lang yung ano eh.
Parang there was a different vibe to it. Pero the one that is coming closest to the Nora Vilma right now, with our experience, is the Catherine na.
Yes,
Ah,
that's true.
really?
Yeah.
Oo.
And there was a
Sila.
time na parang naging magkahawig na sila eh.
Oh,
There was a
Ah,
time na
alam mo, in fact kasi nga, sumikat yung dalawang to, nasa GMA ako. So parang, pagbalik ko ng ABS, parang, sino nga ba
Oo.
akala ko kambal.
So, paano yun? Like,
Mm.
if you're going to number them, rank them,
yes.
so, paano mo pipiliin between Catherine and Nadine, for
It becomes
example?
a question of personal choice.
So,
Our
parang-
taste will have to come in there. In fact, that's why we get bashed.
Yeah.
In the threads.
Oo.
Kasi nagre-react sila parang how dare you only have her at this rank,
Yeah, yeah.
at this level. That's why we also...
May nababash ba tayo?
kasi ikaw hindi mo binabasa yung mga comments.
May mga-
I would think, I would really think na binabash kayo.
Ako, but at a certain point, I gave up eh.
Mm.
Nagbabasa ba kayo?
Ako nagbabasa ako ng
hindi
minsan
kasi-
hindi ko pinapakita sa kanya kasi baka magalit, mga away eh.
Hindi, I mean sa kanila. Like, I would think you'll get bashed because
Oh, yeah.
they have really big fan
sabi,
bases eh.
Ano ba yan? Ano ba yung choice nyo? Napakatanga naman ni ganito.
Or mag-aaway yung fans, no?
Ito.
Dun sa, comments.
May mga death threat ba kayong naririnig?
Wala pa naman,
Wala pa
pero
naman.
baka next week.
hindi ako umaabot to sa... Pag medyo hindi ko na gusto, hindi ko na tinutuloy. So malay mo, baka meron.
So,
Talagang-
pero lipat kami ng bahay.
Talagang aabot dun sa bagay may mga ganun, no? Talagang diehard na fans.
No, I think it's interesting that some people can be very, very vocal and passionate about
Yeah,
their own
yeah.
opinions. But we always reiterate na this is our list.
Mm.
So, we may argue, but by the same token, you can come up with your own list. And then, see how it compares and whatever.
Oo.
Kasi all of those lists will keep changing depending on what you've been exposed to.
Yeah.
Diba? Your age. So, katulad,
Your
pag kami
age,
ni Butch, mas marami tumatanda.
Yeah,
Siyempre,
yeah.
pag yung mga mas bata, mas kilala lang nila yung newer generation.
Hindi, doon ako nagtataka nga kasi di ba meron mo diehard ka puso, diehard ka pamilya.
Oo.
Ako, I work with both networks. Parang, ako nga, doon ako, yun ang nagpapasweldo sa akin.
Oo.
Pero parang hindi ako nagpaka-diehard naman because ako kasi parang nung nasa Channel 2 ako, nag-maintain ako ng ties sa GMA because pag may kailangan kami na materyales na ang ABS na hawak ng
hiraman
GMA,
kayo eh.
nakakatawid ako.
Oo.
In the same manner, nung nasa GMA ako, nakakatawid ako. So para bang, what's the point? Ba't ka makikipag-away?
Yeah.
Oh,
Di ba?
tsaka,
Ang liit-liit ng mundo natin.
Oo.
tama.
Anong difference ng ABS, GMA? Kasi nakapagtrabaho na kayo. in both
You are
networks.
not talking about underpaid o ano?
Yung sa yung sistema lang, ABS, GMA, TV5, baka may mga iba pang networks.
Well, hindi,
na-
nag-signal TV ako eh. Pero sandali lang yun.
Yeah.
It was just for a crime drama series
Oo.
na ginawa ko. And but your question is,
Anong difference? Kunyari, sa ABS ba, mas stricto ba? Sa GMA, mas lax ba? Ganun.
hindi, kasi nagtrabaho siya sa
Oo.
GMA, pero not under the network itself.
Oo. Kasi when we were doing mga Penthouse Live at saka mga Viewpoint, it was parang
Independent production.
independent group pero within the GMA group also. But it was also a different time. I remember when we were starting, liliman lang kami production. Ngayon when you go to a TV program, 30 na ata sila. So the demands have also changed over time. Now, in as far as work is concerned, I guess like in my case, my advantage was I came into ABS-CBN when ABS had just reopened. A few months after, Freddy Garcia went back to ABS-CBN, and that was the time that ABS went from the lowest ranked network to number 1 in prime time in 6 months, and by the following year, noontime, and the year after, all day parts. So, when you think of it that way, parang you were part of a startup. So you saw a company go from literally nothing to into something, and it was a position that it maintained for something like 17 years. So in that regard, my ABS-CBN stint at that time gives me more of a pride in a way, because I had a hand in the shaping of that one.
Yeah.
When I was with GMA at that time, I was a cog in the wheel. I was just as an employee. But dito, our fingers were really literally there when the network grew and became number one. Which is also how I feel right now when we do film restoration. Because nobody else is doing it, at least when we started. So parang ngayon, it is a legacy that the company will have, but it's a legacy that I also have a very, very firm hand on.
Ako naman kasi, ang naging problema ko kasi, ABS-CBN Discovery talaga ako. So when I moved to GMA, parang hindi ako belong. Although 16 years ako doon. Pero ang feeling ko, because nga ABS-CBN creation, hindi ko masyadong naramdaman, unlike nung nasa ABS-CBN ako. Yun. I'm not being ingrate, pero mahal na mahal ko naman lahat ng taga-Star Talk, hanggang nakikita-kita pa kami. Pero dun sa network, ramdam mo na na hindi sila ang gumawa sa iyo.
Pag hindi ka homegrown, parang medyo feeling mo parang nakakailang, hindi kayo close, ganyan.
Although swerte nga ako kasi napunta ako sa isang show na kahit na linggo-linggo nagpapatayan kami because kasi nga talagang because of the ratings, nagmamahalan kami. Tsaka that time naman, kahit naman iutos nila sa akin, gagawin ko talaga. Yun na nga lang, at saka hindi ko naman pwedeng sabihin in-underpay naman ako ng GMA. So kailangan ko talagang sinasabi talaga yung title ng show, no? Because GMA naman was very, very generous with me. Lahat ng hingin ko, ibinibigay naman nila.
Sino mas malaki magpasweldo?
Hindi, kasi nung dumating naman kasi ako sa GMA, hindi na nila ako pwede sweldo na maliit because galing ako ABS eh. So, tapos lalo na nung nagbukas ang TV5, nagkaroon na, syempre lahat kami nagkaroon ng leverage. Para malaki.
Legendary yung mga ino-offer
nila.
Yung mga pinipirata.
Oo, syempre.
Double the rate.
Oo, di ba parang sige, magpapaka-loyal ako for the price of. So yung mga ganong hindi naman. Pero because nangyari talaga na, but I wanted to stay loyal na rin naman kasi with GM. Kasi na rin naman parang minahal ko na rin naman yung GMA that time. Although hindi ko masyado naramdaman na gano'n nila ako mahal.
Bakit naman? Yung slogan nila, where you belong, di ba?
Luma na yun. Nung dumating ako, wala na yun. Wala na yun. Oo, tapos.
But speaking of slogan, I think iba rin yung dating kasi nung kapamilya. For a lot of people, it was not just a tagline. But while obviously with family may mga nag-aaway-away rin, I think for the most part people really felt it. You were part of a family. But as with families, when they become too big also, then that's when some of the problems come.
To conclude lang yung ko. Pwede siguro up description sa akin, I was the most expensive bagoong in the network.
Most expensive bagoong
in the network.
Balayan.
Hindi ko naman.
Alam nyo, may na-interview kami dati na ABS-CBN employee sila dati bago magsara. Sobrang lungkot nila nagsara ang ABS kasi sabi nila, pag nagtrabaho ka sa ABS, pwede ka na mag-retire doon. So, sobrang
marami ring incentives.
Well, you have to admit na ABS was actually one of the best paying companies, lalo na before all of these problems happened. And the thing is, I think the company prided itself of being a generational employer because it started with Kapitan, with sina Henny Lopez, and people were very, very proud that their grandfather and their father and then the next generation were still part of ABS, and it was something that they wore like a badge of honor.
I guess nung araw sa ABS kasi, ang kaya rin ako, I was getting into trouble, or I was getting people into trouble because tinitrain pa ako noon eh. Kasi ano ba naman, nadampot lang naman ni Charo Santos sa kalye. So, pagkatapos...
paano ka na-discover ni Charo Santos?
Babalik na naman tayo. Nagbibisikleta.
Ha?
Oo.
Seryoso?
Magkapit bahay kami.
So,
So, di TV, inalok na ako.
Maging, yung sa Showbiz Linggo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Without
Magkakilala na naman kami.
Okay. Alam naman niya yung...
May awareness na naman
But you've
doon.
been writing na sa mga...
Yeah, may ganun na.
okay.
Pero parang all of a sudden.
Saan kaya nakatira si Sir Butch? Kasi dinala ni Dolphy si Sasha doon sa niya, sa subdivision niya, kapitbahay niya si Charo Santos.
Sa likod ng ang kalye na sasapagitan ng Miriam at saka Ateneo.
Okay.
So, pagkatapos, kaya nga ang ang alarm clock ko pagka nag-national anthem na ang Miriam College. Gising na ako noon.
So, yung ba sa may gasoline station, kapitbahay nyo si yung mga politiko?
Actually, isang buong kalye.
Alam ko na yun. Sa may gasoline station, banda ron.
At may simbahan at may mga nakatabing.
Yes.
Pagkatapos, ano ba? So yun. Because nahirapan ako noon because hindi ko inisip na tinetrain pala nila ako. Kaya noong that time, nahirapan ako sa ABS talaga noon. Pagkatapos nung sa GMA, mas professional na ako. Kumbaga, let's say
sa kanya nang galing yun.
hindi talaga. Talaga? Nung nasa ABS ako talaga, I did everything to get fired.
Talaga?
Oo,
really?
Lahat na lang talaga gagawin ko para lang sipain na nila ako.
Bakit mo ginawa yun?
Kasi hindi ko nga maintindihan na parang bakit ko ginagawa ito.
Sample nung mga tinetrain kanila na parang di ka nag-enjoy.
Hindi. Kasi bagay sila rin naman may kasalanan din. Hindi kasi meron ako nung araw, Butch Review. So, sinushoot namin yung mga intro, extra sa Robinson's Cinema. So, usapan, 7:00 ng gabi. Pagkatapos, alas 8:00. Tapos dumating na si Chris Aquino at si Philip Salvador nung sila pa yung nagde-date. Tapos natapos na yung pinanood ng sine, lumabas na sila. Nandun pa rin ako. Pumasok na si Aiko at si Jo Marie Iliana. Parang nanood na sila, lumabas na, nandun pa rin ako. So dumating yung crew, 11 o'clock, parang nagpatay na ng ilaw, wala pa sila, binababa na yung roll-up. Parang tinanong ako, maiiwan ho kayo sa loob? O di siyempre lumabas na ako. Dumating, pagkababa ng roll-up, tsaka sila dumating. O di ba, sino ba naman hindi mapipiko ng gano'n? Pero the thing is, dapat kasi naintindihan ko na ganun talaga ang television. Kaya nung lumipat na ako sa GMA, pag sinabi nila sa akin, halimbawa, if you remember Halina Perez, the actress noon, well, she was doing sexy films, namatay, tapos, okay, so spills. Santa Maria, Laguna, so mahina ang signal. Okay, sige, okay, pwesto. Kaso, pumapalo lang yung signal pagka yung paa ko nasa kanal. At may tubig yung kanal.
Okay.
So, nandun ako sa parang, teka, lilipat ako kasi kanal. Pag lumipat ako, sabi, hindi, nawawala signal, balik ulit. So, nag-spill ako, yung right foot ko nakalubog sa kanal. So, pero yun, ginawa ko. Because by that time, marami na ako natutunan. Naintindihan ko na kailangan mong gawin to. Or sinasabi ko nga sa kanila, kung kailangan kang molestahin ng crowd, mamomolesta ka talaga. Yung mga
so that comes with the job.
Not literally.
Literal.
Literal?
Oo. Hindi. Yung how do I...
Magpapunchline sana ako.
Hindi. Basta yung kumbaga, para ba, okay, libing ng tatay ni Charis Pempenko, sumugod ka dun. Pumasok at pasukin mo yung crowd na yan. Papasukin mo talaga.
Okay.
Yun. Pero marami pa rin naman ako ibang natutunan si GMA na hindi ko rin natutunan sa ABS. Pareho, nag-benefit ako sa parehong because ang swerte lang ako, nandun ako like when ABS-CBN was nasa peak siya. Tapos 2004 at saka hanggang 2014, GMA naman yun. And nandun ako. So na-enjoy ko ang best of both worlds. Kaya, but being underpaid,
never.
Hindi ka underpaid eh.
Hindi. Swerte talaga, by the grace of God, hindi.
Even when you were starting.
Hindi.
Hindi rin?
Hindi siya underpaid eh. Siya na yung sa showbiz lingo na siya nun eh.
Nagtrabaho nga
Hindi,
ako.
nung mga yung even before the TV shows.
Nagtrabaho nga ako sa Amerika na nagbabuffing ako ng sahig at saka nagsasalansan ako ng dilata. Nung nasa Boston ako, tumawag ako sa mga kamag-anak, sa mga auntie ko sa LA. Sila 20 years nang nandun, sabi nila sa akin, "Pampihira ka, mas malaki pa sweldo mo sa amin."
Kita mo na.
Talaga?
Yeah, oo.
Yung ganun.
Sa tingin nyo, nung nawala yung ABS, nagbago ba yung viewing habits ng mga Pinoy? Lumipat ba sila sa GMA o hindi?
Hindi. Kaya
Doon nga nagulat ang mga tao eh.
Oo.
parang a lot of people just pretty much stop watching. And that is one of the things also that we always say na nakatulong o nakakapagpabilis sa pagkamatay ng TV at sa pag-akyat ng internet.
Oo.
Mm.
Dapat talaga may tinanong rin ako reporter nun eh. Ang sabi sa akin, hindi nga sila lumipat.
Hindi. Oo.
Natuto lang sila mag-Facebook, natuto
Oo,
sila mag-YouTube.
Mm.
Ano
May
nangyari?
Ako na magtanong kay Leo. Kasi ako, nung nasa GMA pa lang ako, napansin ko na ang ABS was already preparing doon sa mga bagong platform.
Because that was always
Alam na doon na papunta.
that was always the vision of Gabby Lopez. The
Oo.
denial of the
Okay.
franchise and also the pandemic just hastened that.
Oo, yun na nga. Kasi kung hindi sana nangyari yung political
Oo.
change,
Yeah.
tapos medyo nadali
Oo.
di ba?
Minadali. In fact, internally, pinag-uusapan dati sa research, yung nangyari sa Amerika na nawawala na yung cable,
Yeah.
parang sinasabi lang, sa Philippines, medyo magtatagal pa yung dominance ng free TV because sa atin, mas maraming lower income groups.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
oo.
Ang nagda-drive naman yan is the middle class and the upper middle class.
Yeah.
So ang sabi namin at that time, what's happening in America right now, siguro another 20 years we can do that. So si Mr. Lopez, ang mindset niya noon was, this is something that we really have to prepare for.
Mm.
Isipin mo, ang TFC, kanya rin naman yung idea.
Yeah.
At saka, idea ng tatay niya, yung bridges on the air, yung linking everything via satellite. So the family itself was really, they were really visionaries. In fact,
Yeah.
at that time, ang nagiging feeling namin, ano ba naman itong mga pinagpapagawa ni Gabby? Parang kumbaga, we didn't think it was practical. But in hindsight, he really was a man ahead of his time eh. He had the vision, kaya lang sometimes medyo napaaga. So even halimbawa yung ginagawa namin sa cable, yung ginagawa namin sa mga ibang platforms, napaaga yung paggawa namin, so mas mataas yung learning curve mo kasi wala ka namang pag-aaralan eh. It's no different from, for example, from what we're doing right now with sa pelikula, with the Film Restoration
Yeah.
Project. We cannot really benchmark because even when I would present abroad, sinasabi nila what you're doing is ahead of what we're doing. So technically, kanino ka mag-aaral kung you're ahead of the curve already? So you just hope that you minimize your mistakes and whatever.
Mhm.
But it's always nice to also work with a company that has vision kasi it will
That's
also
true.
allow you to have imagination.
Mm-mm.
Yun, ganda. So, sa mga immortal dyan na nakikinig sa atin, yan ang magandang tip na kung maghahanap kayo ng kumpanyang papasukan ninyo. Yung boss na yung visionary, maganda trato sa kumpanya, sa mga empleyado, saka yung future nyo iniisip din.
Yeah, ako, I have a question about, I mean, we have a lot of listeners who would like probably to have a career in show business, in entertainment. What would be your advice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to another profession. Kasi mahirap siya.
Really?
Mahirap, very unstable.
Uh-huh.
'Di ba? Doon mo marirealize nga kasi ang daming ups and downs.
Yeah.
Kasi dito ko yung bang at some point pagka yung down na down ka na, doon mo maintindihan bakit nagsasubo ibang artista. Hindi just because gusto lang magbisyo kasi parang this is a world of
High pressure.
Yeah.
Lahat ng tao insecure, lahat ng tao kalaban mo, lahat ng tao karibal mo.
May pagka-dog eat dog rin siya.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it is kung mahina-hina ang puso mo, hindi pa pwede. Tsaka kung hindi ka baliw, huwag kang papasok dito.
Yeah.
Hindi, pero ako naman, I would tweak that a bit kasi ako naman ang feeling ko, it's still the right career for certain people. But I think
Ako on campus sinasabi ko
ito lang, I think you just have to be very, very clear for your reasons getting into the industry.
Uh-huh.
Kasi
Yeah.
if you want the glamorous life, if you want the fancy life and whatever, I think that's going to be a very short-lived ambition. You'll end up being frustrated. Kasi yung iba sasabihin, I'm going to come in, magiging writer ako, tapos it's going to be a box office hit. You know, the good parts of it is maybe 3 to 5%. The rest, the 95% is a lot of hard work, perspiration. It's really blood, sweat, and tears. But if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to put in the commitment, then you can make it work.
Yeah, and have the proper expectations.
We were coming from different perspectives. Kasi,
well, yeah, that's true also.
Sa on-cam, tsaka yung sa behind the scenes, di ba?
Actually, mas masaya ngayon sa kanila kasi sila, pwede nila kami pagchismisan behind our back. Di ba?
Hindi
Parang arte-arte naman itong si ganito. Oo naman, naririnig ko kayo, no? Tapos minsan, tapos ikaw pa isasangkalan. Kasi halimbawa, okay, let's say may taping. Tapos nandiyan na yung artista. Pagkatapos, biglang nagkaroon ng aberya yung may props na nakalimutan. Tapos biglang tatawag yung executive para bang, ano nangyari sa inyo? Hindi pa kayo mag-start eh. Bakit? Kasi si artista, wala pa eh. Pero yung artista, nauna pa dun sa crew. Pero ang isasangkalan, yung artista because again, hindi yan pinapagalitan.
Yeah.
O kasi yung maliit na tao pwedeng sisantihin.
Oo.
Pero hindi naman madalas mangyari yun. Maybe sa'yo
ba
madalas
nangyari
gawin.
yun?
Hindi. Sa akin hindi nila nagawa kasi nabiso ko sila early on.
Oo.
Kasi nalaman ko agad na ako talas ng tenga ko. Sabi ko, akong ginagawa nyo sangkalan. Tumawag ko, sabi ko, hello Wilma, si Wilma Galvante. Kanina pa ako nandito silang hindi ready. So after that hindi nila nagawa sa akin.
But the other thing also, it's a high pressure job eh. So ang feeling ko kaya minsan nangyayari yung mga ganyan kasi hindi katulad ng parang every week, di ba may deadline ka? Pagkatapos uulit ka na naman. Lalo na kung yung weekly yung show mo, you live and die by ratings, you live and die by the production overruns and whatever. So, kaya maraming may sakit. Among the production people, maraming magkasampusyon, maraming nagkaka-diabetes, maraming nagkaka-acid reflux.
Stress eating eh.
Oo. That's why ngayon, di ba, they're pushing for the work-life balance.
Yeah.
But
like it will ever happen.
Lalo na kung daily yung show mo, di ba? Daily ka,
Oo, may soap ka. Hindi, tsaka nakaka-frustrate. Alam mo, minsan, I was doing a series one time. So ang dialogue ko, parang, oo nga, kagabi, nasunog nga yung factory. Tapos, Kat, bakit? Walang nahanap na factory. Bodega na lang. Di ulit ka na naman. Tapos bigla
emote na siya.
Emote ka na. Sige, kagabi nga nasunog yung bodega. Kat, bakit? Bakit nandiyo yung electric fan?
Oh my God.
So pang ilang take ka na. So, pero dadating ka doon, memorize mo yung linya mo. Ang pinakamasakit dito, nag-memorize ka ng page after page after page. Pagdating mo doon, iba na yung script.
Iba na. Tapos yung iba naman, yung co-star mo hindi memorize yung script.
Or maraming mga nakakalat sa paligid.
Hindi, yung mga bagets lang yun. Mga bagets lang yun. Madali naman sila i-terrorize.
Nag-ano ba? Nag-i-improve ba kayo minsan?
Alin?
Sa script nyo? Yung pagka yung mga on-cam talents?
Kung that is kung soap opera.
Oo.
Hindi, ang improv nanggagaling sa sa director. Or kung anong available, kagaya nga walang factory, so mag-improv ka. Na palitan mo na lang yung...
Pero depende rin sa programa because I remember Palibasa Lalaki, Joey Reyes would write the scripts. But Mr. M was always open to his artists like sina Goma, sina Joey Marquez, na mag-a-adlib and whatever. Kasi kung magaling naman sila...
That's easier kasi pag comedy.
Oo.
Sa bagay.
Kasi kung drama, hindi mo pwedeng laro-laroin yun.
Tsaka dapat alam mo yung storya kung drama yun eh.
Well, pero hindi. Pero for example, yung sa drama, like for example, di ba, ang sabi nila, ang style ni Brillante Mendoza, he doesn't work with the full script. He will tell his actors na ito lang. So, meron kang touch points na dapat magagawa mo. But he gives the actors the flexibility to
like
how to deliver
creative,
the lines. And then sometimes, if you do have a daily show, minsan hindi mo rin naman mafa-fine-tune na So, lalo na kung magagaling ang artista mo, papabayaan mo rin sila na magkaroon
may creative liberty.
Ako naman, experience ko nung araw, meron kaming parang si Tessie Tomas. May sketch kaming gagawin. Pagkatapos, terror si Tessie Tomas. Sa takot ko talaga sa kanya, pati script niya minemorize ko. Talaga, ako na nagbibigay sa kanya ng cue. Kasi talaga takot na takot ako sa kanya talaga.
Talaga, very strict.
Grabe, taga-advertising si Tessie Tomas. Siya
Oo, tsaka professional talaga yun.
First female creative director ng Macan.
She could have been the first president of an advertising agency kung hindi siya nag-showbiz.
Diba? Most of the people yata ng Champoy, parang karamihan sa kanila, advertising
Correct.
Yeah.
Talaga?
Pati yung mga behind the scenes.
Marami taga-ahensya. Ayun.
So yung I hope that satisfies yung tanong mo na yung sa swelduhan, hindi na rin kagaya ng dati. Hindi na rin...
Hindi, pero I guess it's also a different time when we were starting. Kasi when we were starting, I will have to say we were underpaid. Kasi yun yung the time na nagsimula kami, hindi pa specialized yung ginagawa ng mga tao. Kung halimbawa PA ka, pwede kang nagda-dialogue reading and whatever. Parang jack of all trades ka.
Oh, okay.
But the trade-off is you are able to learn so much. And in fact, I'm proud to say that a lot of the people nakasabay ko were the ones who rose up to become executives. Because you learn the ropes, you work your way up So, whether sina Joanna Gomez yan, sina Cory Vidanes yan, where are they now? I mean, they're head of TV, they're head of production and whatever. So, we learned what we knew on the job. And to me, that's always an advantage we're going to have pag masyadong specialized. Kasi sanay sila, yun lang yung ginagawa nila, pag ito.
Pero kasi, dahil nga, in keeping with the title of your show, hindi, kasi yung pay din naman, kahit gano'ng kalaki ang pay mo, ang laki din ng makakalta sa'yo. In terms of taxes.
Naman
So,
totoo
minsan,
naman.
wag ka na maghangad na napakalaki kasi malaki din ang mawawala sa'yo. Tapos, kapag ka ikaw pa yung lead, ikaw pa yung nagdadala ng programa, ang pressure lahat nasa iyo.
Pero alam ko malapit na yung pero just for perspective, before I entered showbiz, I was working with Citibank. And I just recently saw my first paycheck. I received for half a month 892 pesos. Pero ang trabaho ko was 40 hours a week plus 50 hours a week of overtime.
Grabe.
So can you just imagine? Because dapat hanggang 5 lang kami pero uuwi ako midnight.
1920 naman to
Para ka naman. Pero sasabihin mo na ang sweldo ko for the entire month was about 1.9. Nung pumasok ako sa showbiz as a writer-editor, I was getting 1,000 pesos per episode. So kung once a week yun, so 4,000 pesos yun. Ang sweldo ko sa bangko, wala pang 2,000. So in terms of entrepreneur, mababa pa rin yung for television standards, but way higher than what I was getting.
Higher than the Citibank.
Grabe.
Sorry. Hindi, yun lang sa akin kasi, again, nagpapasalamat ako sa Diyos at sa tiwala ng publiko kasi nga, pagpasok ko, may yung hindi ako nagdaan sa sa yung
mataas sa sweldo niya,
mag-extra yung gano'n. Kumbaga, may show agad ako yung show ko. May ganun agad talaga. Because hindi naman talaga ako, because again, hindi ko inaspire Parang inilagay lang ako doon para bang, kung ano rin lang, wag na. Wala akong, may iba pa akong pwedeng gawin sa buhay ko. Pwede ako matulog maghapon sa bahay.
Kami yung sinisigawan ni Coach.
Ganun.
Kaliga.
Sinisigawan ko ba kayo?
Hindi, yung kaliga ko, yung mga sinisigawan. Uy, sinasabi mo dati, diva ka na, demanding ka na host Kinukwento mo yun dati.
Talaga?
Hindi naman.
Demanding in terms of...
Sinasabi mo na kung paano ka makapag-demand sa mga PA.
Uy,
ayan na.
Pero
bago pa mag-away yung dalawa.
Hindi, teka, pwede ba i-redeem ko muna yung sarili ko?
Sige.
Hindi. Yun naman kasi, ito yung sinasabi ko, kadugtong to sinasabi kong I was doing everything to get myself fired because na-burn out ako. Yun lang. Pero otherwise,
yun naman ang totoong motibo.
Ako yung school bus nila. Ako yung naghahatid sa kanila pa uwi. Nanalo nga ako ng kotse sa bingo ng ABS-CBN. Pero ginamit naman namin school bus yun. At ako yung driver nila.
Mabait naman pala
Mabait naman ako
actually, mabait nga silang dalawa. Lalo na medyo bitin talaga yung kwentuhan natin. Sana magkaroon ng part 2.
Oo naman. Madali naman kami imbitahin.
Pag nagkasabay ulit tayo.
Saan nila pwede kayo i-follow sa social media? And tuwing kailan lumalabas yung
siya wala siya.
Ay, wala
podcast.
Wala. Kasi natatakot siya mabash.
Hindi, meron akong Facebook pero in-stalk ko lang kayo.
Kahit ako hindi ko alam kung ano yung Facebook.
Yung wala masyadong post, ganyan.
Walang post, period. Kasi naman, ang Facebook o fake.
Or baka
Pang
kayo
pang check lang ng ibang profiles. Ganun. Pang stock
Ano kaya
lang.
ginagawa ni Stanley Chi?
Best
Nasa
and
kaya si
bets,
Stanley Chi ngayon?
Best and bets, you can see it on I1TFC. You can also see it on the FYE channel on YouTube. And then we're also on Spotify. So with Spotify,
Nice.
we have additional
Okay.
material.
Yun.
In terms of social media, pangalan ko lang. But generally, a lot of my posts, unless it's work related, tends to be more personal. So pag restoration, public yan. Pag yung ganito,
Yeah.
naka-public yan.
Oo.
Pero yung mga bakasyon ko,
Mga kasaming pamilya, naka-private
Yeah.
yan, gano'n.
Pero yung sa that's why yung sa Instagram, mas pili. Sa Facebook, I contribute a lot kasi gusto ko nagkukwento eh. So
Yeah.
all of my posts have a story behind it.
Aha.
Yung kagagaling lang niya na Butan.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Going back to what you were saying, inggit nga ako sa Butan. Because mahal na mahal nila yung hari. And pag nabasa mo yung lahat ng ginagawa ng hari, ibinigay niya yung buong buhay niya sa ikagaganda ng buhay ng mga tao ng Butan. And 5th generation king na siya ha.
Yes.
Tapos ang kanyang mantra is gross national happiness. Kaya Butan is the happiest place on earth.
Oh,
And
nice.
literally, ang babait ng mga tao at grabe ang concern nila sa environment. They're the only carbon negative country.
Oh, really?
Pagkatapos yung, literally, iiwan ko yung maleta ko doon. Hindi ako matatakot na mawawala yung passport kasi
Yeah.
wala magnanakaw eh. Walang crime eh. So, yun, ingit lang ako kasi habang nandun ako, nababasa ko dito na may nag-aalboroto kasi kinu-question yung pera niya at napakamahal ng renta at pagkatapos gumawa ng libro na babasahin mo pa kahit bigyan ka ng kopya.
Yeah.
Hindi.
Oh,
Ako, baka iparody ko lang. Gano'n. Ipaparody ko. Gagawin ko nakakatawa.
Ako naman
diba,
kasi
ginawa
kailangan namin
gagawin
nalagyan
mo nga
ng
yun.
pupo ng
Oo.
aso. So baka malamang doon ko ilalagay.
Pinarody ko yung cover. Ginawa kong poster ng stand-up comedy
May
show.
stand-up
Ah,
siya
okay,
sa
okay.
Oo,
Friday.
Sa Friday. Yun. So yun. Maraming salamat Sir Butch Francisco
My
and
pleasure.
Sir Leo Katigba.
Mga OG.
Mga OG yan eh. Oo. Alam ko mga bata pa lang tayo.
Ano OG?
OG. Yung mga
Original.
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 Ganyan. Oo.
Matanda in a more
OG.
modern
OG.
sense.
Hindi kasi-
Mga goat. Ganun, goat.
Noong time kasi orig pa eh.
Oo. Bata pa lang kami, napapanood namin kayo.
Pati ikaw,
Hoy, alam mo, para
alam mo-
insulto ata tayo bigla.
Masusama talaga ugali ng mga host dito.
Nire-respeto namin kayo eh.
Ako wala akong sinabi Stanley
Pwede bang kunin ko yung ano yun to? Jeff, burahin mo lahat ng mga tinape.
Oo.
Ayun, maraming salamat Sir Butch and Sir Leo. Ayan, sana nabusog kayo sa kaalaman ngayong episode na to ng Underpaid for Zar de los Reyes and our friends from the Best 10 Bets.
Ayan, tama na.
Ayan.
Oo.
I'm your host Stanley Chi and this is the Underpaid Podcast.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.